Welcome to Really Old Movies. I'm your host, Harrison Scullin, and today I'll be discussing Babes in Arms from 1939, starring Mickey Rooney and Judy Garland. Some essential movie details. This was MGM's biggest moneymaker in 1939, but over the years, people have forgotten this one and latched more onto The Wizard of Oz, which was also from MGM in 1939, and also stars Judy Garland. Another detail, Mickey Rooney was nominated for Best Actor for this film at the age of 19, making him one of the youngest actors to ever be nominated at the Academy Awards. All right, so now we'll get to my thoughts on the film. So the plot, I gave it a 4 out of 5. I thought it was good overall. I liked the story of a kid, Mickey Rooney's character, learning how to be successful with his friends and learning how to make money in the show business and whatnot. I also like how he learns how to be a better friend by letting others make decisions too, not just him making all of the decisions, but learning how to work together. So I like that aspect. In regards to the acting, I gave that a 4 out of 5 as well. I liked Mickey Rooney. I thought he was really good. And so was Judy Garland. She was really good as well. And they were so young. Like, it's incredible. They were both less than 20 when they made this movie. So it's incredible, their acting abilities. And they were both very talented at singing and dancing. They really, really good. And I think that's the big draw of this movie. Some of the other actors, such as Mickey's dad, he's a little bit overdramatic and a little hammy. I'm not a huge fan of that. And just totally randomly, as they're arguing with each other, his dad just slaps him. Now I'm supposed to be shocked and all that, but I started laughing because his character is so odd. I just thought it was so out of nowhere and didn't really seem angry to me either. It's really strange. But yeah, overall acting, 4 out of 5. In regards to the directing, I gave that a 5 out of 5. I thought it was excellent. I liked the musical numbers. I thought the set pieces were amazing. And I also love that they use an old barn to create the set. I thought that was really clever and really cool. And just like I mentioned, the development of the characters and getting to know each other and learning how to grow up basically too. It's a pretty good coming of age story as well. So I really liked that. All right, in regards to cinematography and special effects, 3 out of 5. I thought the camera work was good. It was fine, but I will critique that it felt a little constrained just because it was a single-use camera and they had limited sets for the movie. When I compare this to, say, The Wizard of Oz, which also came out the same year and from the same studio, that one has much more extravagant colors, musical numbers, and, camera angles and interesting things about it. So that one for sure is a much better made movie, especially since special effects and cinematography was. So this one kind of feels lacking, especially when you compare it to that one. All right, in regards to the music, I gave it a 5 out of 5. I loved it. It was amazing. I think it's the highlight of the film, especially when Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney are together. They're great. I love it when they sing the song Good Morning, which was also made popular again in the 50s with Donald O'Connor and Debbie Reynolds and Gene Kelly in Singing in the Rain. So I really like that too. It kind of feels similar to that movie, honestly. It seems to me Singing in the Rain is kind of a throwback to this movie, the Babes in Arms. All right, so tallying that all up, that brings my Letterboxd score to a 4.2 out of 5, which I'll be rounding to a 4 out of 5. So would I recommend this movie? Yes, I would. It's a fun musical, really talented musicians. But I do have to warn you, there is a scene where they're having kind of a minstrel show where some of the characters don blackface. And this goes on for a pretty long time and can cause some discomfort and disgust to a lot of people. Luckily, it's not on the level of, say, Birth of the Nation, where they're just flat out, awful in their depictions of black people and evil. And with that, this one is a lot tamer. It's more of a caricature of the stereotypes, which is still a negative thing, but not as bad as Birth of the Nation. But I'm just letting you know and letting you decide for yourselves whether you want to skip that or not. But yeah, other than that, it's got great music, great talent. Like I said, Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney, they're fantastic in this movie. All right. Well, those are my thoughts on Babes in Arms from 1939. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Really Old Movies, where I discuss details about the week's particular film. New podcast episodes are released Saturdays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music. All right, thank you so much. This has been Really Old Movies. I'm your host, Harrison Scullin. Take care.